friends, welcome back to my update on my IVF journey. It's been quite a busy week, so I apologise that I haven't done a video sooner, and I would have liked to have done some over the weekend, but I felt I had done enough videos looking like an absolute mess, and also I just wasn't really feeling up to it, so I thought I'd rather just do maybe one sort of update just now and let you know what's happened over a period of days rather than sort of update you every day. Okay, so on Wednesday, I already made a video about this, but on Wednesday we went and had our final scan and they felt that we were ready to go for egg collection. So we were given the booster that we had to take at 6:30 on the evening. On Friday morning I had to go in at 7 o'clock to have the egg retrieval under sedation done, which went really successful and it was really good. The results we got back were 14 eggs, and by Saturday we'd found out that 13 of them were mature. So we really had a high number of eggs, which, you know, we were completely overjoyed about because, you know, for some people they don't even get this far. So we had a really good response to the drugs and the protocol that we had used this time. Sickness wise, I was okay. I was in quite a bit of pain when I came to, and I kind of wasn't aware of this at this point, but they did say when they brought me back from theatre that I was in quite a lot of pain and I was kind of retching and starting to be sick. So they topped me up, still had the tap in the back of my hand, and they topped up my anti-sickness meds. I'm allergic to codeine, so I couldn't be given anything codeine sort of based in the drug, so all they could give me was paracetamol, which probably made, you know, the pain that I had. And because I was so sick, if they would have topped me up with any other like sort of tramadol or something, then that would make me really violently sick. And I have had tramadol before, and that was, you know, it was pretty bad. You know, it made the sort of discomfort, rather than be it just the next day of recovery, it took a lot longer to recover. And of course, the longer you take to recover from the egg collection, you then run into your transfer. So I think it's best to be prepared for your transfer and kind of be back on an even keel rather than do it when you're still feeling yucky. Most people have the sedation part just for the collection. I actually had opted to have the sedation for the transfer just because I'd had a few issues in the past, and I think maybe twice I've had sedation just because the consultants recommended it and they thought it's worked. I got pregnant. Any time that I haven't implanted or I haven't got further on, and I'm not saying this is the reason why, but I had never had sedation, so when it came to having the sedation at work, they felt that even mentally to be prepared, it was better for, you know, for the extra £200 that it cost us, we were more than happy to have the sedation part so that, you know, we felt, you know, relaxed about it, probably is the best way that I can describe it. So obviously over the weekend I was just recovering, get back on my feet, and then we had the phone call on Sunday to let us know that we had six embryos that had all fertilised, so that's, you know, really, really amazing. However, we were hoping to go to a blastocyst, which means that we would be transferring on day 5. The embryo would be more mature, implantation rates are a bit higher going at the day 5 blastocyst, or so we had been previously told. So ideally that's what we were hoping for, which would have been Wednesday. So when we got the call on Sunday to say we would be doing the transfer on Monday, I kind of wasn't prepared for it because in my mind Wednesday was the best day. Now they did explain that every clinic has different practices, and if they can by day 3 determine which are maybe like the leading 2, then they didn't see it being beneficial to hang on to day 5 and taking that risk of trying to take them to blastocyst and they may fail. And how they sort of explained it to me is that they're obviously kept an incubator, but the best incubator that, you know, that we can use is obviously, you know, ourselves. So they would rather transfer when they had a solid amount and they were happy with the formation and the splitting of the embryo. So we had 2 embryos transferred on Monday under sedation. It wasn't as bad because the sedation isn't as heavy, so I wasn't as sick or as in as much pain. I came to pretty quickly. Again, I had the the little sort of cannula. I didn't actually have it in the back of my hand this time. I actually had it on my wrist here, which is, I mean, in the grand scale of things, you know, it's not the most painful. However, if anybody knows, if they've ever had sort of like blood taken or whatever in this area, it is particularly sore. So as soon as I was at recovery, I just wanted to be showing them that I was up, fresh, didn't need anything further so that I could get it out because it was really, really uncomfortable. So I really just rested at home. I've been taking it easy. I was really tired obviously Tuesday, but I think that's just the stress and having sort of been under sedation Friday and Monday. What they did say was none of the embryos had arrested, so you know, that's really good. I think they were just slower than what they would hope them to be, or they didn't meet the milestones that they did. However, they did say that they would keep them in the incubator and take them to Wednesday. We have to call them Thursday and we'll find out if, you know, if any of them have went on, we would be able to freeze them. But the likelihood is that, you know, it won't happen. You have to be extremely lucky to have embryos frozen. In the 5 cycles that we've had, it's only actually happened to us once where we had a frozen cycle and we had 1 embryo to freeze. Now that's actually one of the times where I did become pregnant, but I think there is a really good success rate with frozen embryo transfers. So that would be amazing if we could do that. However, we've got 2 embryos, we should be happy with what we have, and obviously it's just now a case of waiting and finding out for our test date. So this is the nerve-wracking part, isn't it really? And I'm sure everyone knows who's been here before that fortnight is an absolute eternity to wait, because you have side effects from the drugs and some of them mimic pregnancy, so you're up through the night and to go to the bathroom, you have sore boobs, you're bloated, you're a bit sickly. So it's really difficult to tell, and you start thinking, oh, if that twinge, is that implantation, or is that, you know, if there's any sort of spot in the oh, maybe that's implantation. So I think certainly the best advice that I can give from my previous experiences, try not to, you know, run away with yourself and Google all your symptoms and believe it's over and it's not over, because trust me, I've been through it and thought, definitely I'm not pregnant, there's no way this has worked, I don't feel it, you know, whatever, I would know, and you know, I have been pregnant, and there's been times where I've thought, oh, you know, I'm feeling it, I definitely think I am pregnant, I'm so sick, and it hasn't worked. So I guess there's no rhyme or reason, and a lot of the symptoms can be manifested and we make them into something that maybe they aren't, especially in the early days, because as I say, you're going to have the cramping and the twinging and things, you know, from having the egg retrieval, especially if you've had the amount of eggs retrieved that I did. You know, unfortunately for some people maybe they only go and have 1, 2 or 3, but when you're having sort of 15, 16, 17, that kind of numbers recovered, then it is a little bit more traumatic, and you know, you're going to be a little bit more crampy. For me, I really prefer those. So I've covered the medication I'm taking. My test date is in sort of roughly about 2 weeks. I will keep you updated obviously. The advice the hospital gave me was don't do anything that, you know, I didn't do before IVF, so you know, no crazy ideas to start doing a Zumba class that I've never taken before, or you know, swimming or doing anything vigorous that you haven't done before. Be sensible, don't lift anything too heavy, don't overstrain yourself, take care, you know, if you're tired, have a nap, eat good food, make sure you're drinking, you know. Third time lucky to finish the video, so I'm not going to go anymore. I'm just going to say thanks for watching. If you could give me a thumbs up, that would be amazing. If you could subscribe, you know, I would equally be thankful for it. Take care guys, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.